All right, right now we're going to be talking about dialogue. Now, as a sound editor and sound designer, you must always keep in mind that the dialogue is going to be much more important than almost any of the fun stuff that you might want to do. It's going to be the tedious part of things, and I think that a lot of viewers at home who just enjoy the movies are going to be a little bit surprised at all the work that goes into this. You might think that because you've got a microphone on your actors and other things and you're getting good sound that that's pretty much all that's going to be done. But the fact of the matter is that if the audience cannot tell what anybody's saying, then the jokes aren't going to be funny, the story's going to be confusing, and a lot of work is going to go into making sure that there is exactly the desired level at every given point with every line to make sure that the story is communicated and to make sure that the audience doesn't lose that connection that hopefully has been formed through the craft of filmmaking up to that point. So pretty soon we're going to go into the sequence and I'm going to show you some of the ways that you can edit the dialogue to bring the levels up and down and do a little automation. And then I'm going to pull back and show you how much work went into the specific film that I finished a few months ago. So let's come on in. I'll give you a look. All right, here we're looking at a screenshot from the film Two Front Teeth, which I did the sound mixing and music for. We're looking at the dialogue track here, and what you'll see is a waveform. You'll see at the very beginning here, this is what silence looks like. Just this thin blue line with no activity. This is the left channel, this is the right channel down here. They look exactly the same because it's in stereo and more or less the same thing is happening on the left as is on the right. Now, this black line represents volume. The lower it is down towards where my cursor is, the softer it is, and the higher that it's going to get, the louder it's going to get. Now, one thing you'll notice is all the changes that happen here in what is probably just about 2.5 minutes of an 80-minute film. A lot of changes. These changes are made right easily here on the timeline, being able to pull these dots to make things go up, make things go down. Now, you'll notice that a lot of changes are necessary in order to keep the dialogue seeming to be steady, where all of a sudden you can't understand what somebody's saying, or all of a sudden they're shouting at you. Or maybe they're, in the case of here, is something that you don't want to hear. I'm going to get it lined up for you. Right here, you can see that all of a sudden the sound just dips dramatically, and then it comes back up again. Whatever this thing is here is something that I must have wanted you to not hear. The amount of work that goes into this is quite intensive. Now, there's a lot of other stages that we're going to talk about. This is just one of them. But just for this dialogue track, let me show you the number of edits, roughly, that went into this. Somewhere in the neighborhood of about 80 hours worth of work just on the dialogue track alone. I'm zooming out. Zooming out. You're seeing all of these edits. Now I'm scrolling through the movie to give you an idea. This is stage one. The first thing that needs to happen is the dialogue track needs to be gone through in this very meticulous way and make sure that at any given point you can always hear what the characters are saying so you can understand what's happening in the story.